Hi all, Ultraviolent4 here. You're tuning in to part 9 of NaAr. We are here in Depths 4. We're currently dealing with a bit of a Spriggan problem, but there's a bigger looming problem. That is, if you see this gold, or few gold tiles here, it tells us that we got Menace coming. Sometimes you'll see halos in Depths, and that's because you can get angels around ziggurat entrances, but we've mapped the floor, so we know there's no zig entrance there. It's got to be Menace. So what do we do about Menace? We could teleport now if we were really afraid of him. The issue is that once he silences you, you're not teleporting. So if you want to teleport away from him, you have to make the decision to do that immediately. Okay, so I think we can probably fight him. We have a lot of AC. We're not going to take extra damage from his holy weapon, and we also have a lot of might and some agi that we can use to fight him. I think if we might and agi, that we'll have no issue with Menace. I also think that I'm not 100% sure about this, but I think we'll be able to constrict him. He relies a lot on his high evasion to avoid attacks, but if we constrict him, it will be unavoidable damage. There's also another thing. If you were with me for the end of the last episode, I joked that I could deal with Menace by casting Silence, because it would show him who's boss and he wouldn't be able to cast his Silence. But I've been thinking about it, and I think that might actually be legit. I know that sounds absurd, but bear with me. Okay, so the problem with his Silence is once you're caught in it, there's nothing you can do about it. The thing is, with your own Silence, you can quaff cancellation to stop it. So I actually think this might be legit. If you cast your own Silence, he can't cast Silence. And then if you really need to teleport, you can quaff a cancellation and then teleport. Whereas previously, if you're stuck in his Silence, then you can't teleport. I don't know. I guess the turn that you quaff cancellation, he might put his up. So there's like a 1 turn window in there. But I don't know. I want to try this. I actually think this might be legit. Alright, well, let's get going. Alright. I want to put... No, we don't need a new spire. We've got one. I want to recast my regen. Here he comes. I'm going to do a spectral weapon. And I don't know. Is this legit? I think it is. I'm going to do my own Silence. Seriously. Yeah, so I silenced him. Oh, we get to show him who's boss, but I don't know. I actually think this might be a legit tactic. Silencing Menace so he can't silence you. I'm going to hit him with an acid. Did I get him? I missed. Okay. He's going to sit there and throw stones at me. I mean, if you want to. Why are you throwing stones? There we go. Yeah, see, I can constrict him. Alright, he should go down pretty easily then. I haven't even needed to might or agi because he just... I don't know why, but for some reason he wanted to sit back there and just throw stones. Maybe he's without sin and wanted to cast the first stone. I'm going to check out this escape hatch. Cool. Yeah, see, there's a zig entrance. I knew it wasn't on that floor. Yeah, I don't know. I've kind of blown my own mind by that whole silencing Menace thing. I need someone to reality check me. Is that actually legit? I think it's legit, but it sounds so absurd. Silence Menace so he can't silence you. It's got to be absurd, right? Wait, can you actually stop his Silence? I'm not sure. Let's see. Maybe you can't because he's an angel. No, it is. Your Silence stops his Silence. So you can stop it. I think it's legit. This has control undead. Alright, we're going to slam that spell. We've had a lot of trouble with flayed ghosts, so control undead will solve that for us. I'm gonna put it on G, I guess. I'm gonna put some butterflies up here somewhere. Okay. I'm gonna focus necromancy training. I'd really like to have control undead castable, and I'll unfocus fighting and armor. Good. The number of times I've made that joke to people about you should silence Menace. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna keep talking about that for the rest of this episode. If you're wondering about our plan for this one, by the way, we're gonna finish off depths here, and then we're gonna be getting our first rune, or at least trying to. Man, it's like everything in there is arranged. Please, I want to press my tab button. He's got distortion. What does that mean for me? Not a lot. I can't really do much about it. If I get abyssed here, it's not the end of the world. Oh, well, we got teleported. Okay, that's fine. Juggernaut. This is where I wish I had the blink spell, but I guess pretty powerful. Ooh, more books. Book of Frost. That's not what I was after. And I'm carrying around a +1 cloak. Okay. I'd really like to have either the blink spell or what was the other one I wanted? I don't know. I feel like there was something else. But blink would be deflect missiles is the other one. Yeah, blink and deflect missiles would both be very welcome. That's a floating eye, which will paralyze you, and there's nothing you can do about it, like that. Fortunately, it's a short paralysis, and there wasn't anything too scary around, so I wasn't too worried. But when you get floating eyes and you're among really scary packs, or say fighting dissolution, you can die. Should just stare pull these guys. Getting a bit cocky. Control undead is at 22%. It can work on higher level undead enemies, but it's unlikely to work on things like liches or things because it checks their MR, I believe. Let's see. Control undead. Enslaves any undead in the vicinity. Yeah, it doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure it checks MR. One is scattershot. Yeah. Not a huge fan of that wand at this time of the game. It's pretty good against Hydras earlier. I guess it's can be pretty good, but when anything gets into close range with me, I'd rather just hit it with my trident rather than hit it with a scattershot wand. Oh yeah, I was meant to read this floor. Yeah, okay, we'll read it. So magic map it. This is our Zot entrance in here. Usually want to save that for last, but because I forgot to map the floor, kind of heading in. See, let's give it a go. It's on G. Didn't work. There we go. See, we got it. And then, there you go. See, then it died. So that did work out. I'm going to step back and put a new spy down. Yeah, that was really successful. We didn't get flayed. The other cool thing about it is that even if you saw I got flayed right at the start, but as soon as you can control undead it, because it becomes your ally, you immediately get all your HP back. And I should be doing the outsides of the floor first. I'll put down an exclusion to try not to just auto travel into there. This scares me. Both these guys, the Reaver, could have a lek, and the Storm Dragon definitely has a lek. Yeah, but we learned last lesson that... Lessons with Ultra Violent 4. No, we learnt last episode that Storm Dragons aren't immune to poison, or even resistant. I've got control undead to 10%. Yeah, it's probably fine. I'll go one more. We'll go to Necromancy 8. It gives the spell more spell power, which makes it more likely to actually charm things. So the actual spell failure rate isn't the single consideration here. Heading back in again. I guess I'll just put exclusions on all these entrances. One there. One there. Okay, the guy stepped onto the Zot trap. Fortunately, it wasn't a bad one. Okay. Well, I tried to exit out, and then I walked in anyway. Failfish. Shift X Control E removes them all. Well, we've been right in the middle now. Where did that Annihilator come from? It seemed like he just appeared out of nowhere. I want to check the hatch again. Optimal orb running pass. I don't need to check the hatch down because we're not going to be orb running downstairs. Or if we are, then something is very seriously going wrong with the orb run. How am I going for gold? 400. I know there's a non-timed bazaar somewhere here in depths that I could go into. So let's make some Mana Vipers. I'm gonna put this is in the book, by the way, if you pre-ordered it. But one of the 1001 uses of Lightning Spire is that when an enemy shoots an orb of destruction at you, you can put a spire down in front of it, like that. I also can just silence him, and then he doesn't cast anything at all. I don't have to worry about the Mana Vipers. In that case, they help me for damage, but yeah. Why am I even worrying about the Mana Leak when I can just silence them? Good question, Ultra. Why are you worrying about that? I don't know, Ultra. How about we get a third rune? Great idea, Ultra. Third rune's for Che. What do we do? Slime is not all too different from what it's normally like. You have Step from Time, which means you can kill the royal jelly and then just step from time to let all the summoned jellies disperse, I guess, which is kind of nice. And Slouch, of course, gives you an AoE, Abyss sounds like it should be horrible because as you move around really slowly, monsters are going to spawn everywhere. But one of the things that Chai does, I don't know, does it even say this? No. One of the things Chai does is to slow the spawn rate of monsters in the Abyss. Am I making that up? I feel like I'm making that up now because it's not said here anywhere. That must be right. There are 13 entries for Che. Oh man. Let's go. Let's do 3 of them. No. Okay. It does not say, but I'm 90% sure. Let's make that 85 because I'm now starting to doubt my sanity. But I'm 85% sure that Che lowers monster spawn rate in the Abyss. And I have 26 scrolls of teleport, so I'm not worried about running out of teleports. I like to do vaults though. There are 2 reasons for that. One, you have slouch, which means you can blow everything up when you're there at the stairs. It also just lets you kill any wardens that lock you in anywhere on the screen because you can slouch them. The second is if you get locked in or you get, say you get constricted on the stairs, or there's just a whole bunch of crazy things in the middle at the stairs, you can always step from time and they'll disperse. And particularly if you're locked in with a warden and the situation's fairly dire, you step from time, everything disperses, and then you just go back upstairs. So I think that's where we're going to go. It also lets us do some more immolation strats. Alright, is there anything I want to do? I think I'd rather just wait on the bazaar. We should find a fair amount of gold when and if we make it through Vaults 5, in which case it'll give us spending money. Alright, so we go to Vaults 4. Yep, go through the hatch. Yep. Yep. See, look at this. We just took 3 hatches on our path. Imagine that was the Oberon, it'd be taking the same path, right? That's why we did all the optimal hatch checking. Necromancy to 8, that's enough. And so I want to focus fighting and armor again. Over dodging. Do we have enough bolts yet? 2048. Yeah, maybe. We'll collect some more. I remember when hydras were threatening. Not anymore. Alright, it's time. I'm gonna eat some bread. I don't know why, I just feel like before big moments like this you should have a proper meal. You don't want to go into a large battle on an empty stomach. So, well, we can't haste without getting in trouble. We can certainly Agi and Might. I only have 2 resistance. So unless I get in a really bad situation where I'm facing down a Titan or other elect damage, we don't have the luxury of just quaffing those bad boys. I think I would like to go Agility and Might though. Agility, Might, and cast Regen. Let's do it. Oh, see, there's immediately the Titan. Okay, these guys don't need to be slouched. I can just read an immolation and then kill one of them, or kill a couple and they'll all blow up. A lot of people will tell you not to use immolation, and they'll say that these guys here aren't the real threat, and they're right. But I don't mind making lots of noise, because then you can always just teleport away if you have to. And also, anything that comes afterwards to the noise has to fight you through the fire. So I like it. Let's go. Let's make some fire. There's a flayed ghost. Before things get crazy, let's see if we can control and dead him. We did. Yeah, see, this spell is already paid off. Imagine if you had this situation with a flayed ghost, just taking big chunks of your HP every turn. Whereas now he becomes our friend and he can flay some of these guys. There's the boom. There we go. That's what we were after. Look at that. And see, we could just leave here. We've killed everyone. We're not locked in. I'm gonna reapply my regen. And oh, so there's Jory. Jory's a bit scary. Can he mesmerize us with any? No, 0% chance. Okay. Well, if he ever comes, we can always silence him. Yeah, let's just cast a few more Ogrebs. Yeah, so there's an Entropy Weaver. It's always fun. This stuff, nothing wants to walk through the fire, so I'm actually just... Oh, there we go. A couple of guys went in. And we're corrode -8. This might be the time to go. Maybe we'll just cast one more Ogrebs. I'm trying to get the Entropy Weaver, but I don't see how we could ever kill it. No, there's just no point. Okay, Jory, did he blink? Is that what he did? Yeah, blink close. Okay, so he got next to us. Let's go up. Two things going on here. We're corrode -12, which is obviously not ideal. But we're might and agi. I feel like the corrode -12 is worse than the might and agi part. So I'm going to quaff a cancellation. If you didn't know this, you can get rid of corrosion with cancellation. So let's do that. I'm going to put down a spectral, and then we're going to silence him. Alright, good. So he should be fine now. When Jory can't cast his, what's that thing called? Crystal Spear, he's much less dangerous. Let's see what's around. Nothing too scary, except for the Entropy Weaver. If we can manage to stair dance him up. Alright. Why are we slowed? Oh, the race slowed us. Let's take him up. Take all this stuff up. And... how afraid am I? Not that afraid. I'm gonna read a Fear Scroll. Okay. It just sort of lets me reset this without having everything fight me all at once. And now I can put down a Spire and actually get my spells going. Yeah, there we go. It's a tactical little Fear Scroll slipped in there. Alright, so now we got rid of the Weaver. We might get constricted as we go up. We did not. Got lucky. Ooh. That shapeshifter briefly became a shining eye, but didn't actually get us. We have not seen any, what are those guys called? Wardens yet. Alright, here we go. Titan comes up. He's the one that I want to focus here. Not putting a Spire down because it won't do anything to a Titan, and he's the one that I mostly cared about. Thank you. The Elementalist shooting freezing clouds to help me take down the other dudes. Should not be stepping off the stairs accidentally. Because then it takes us almost 3 turns to move back onto them. Yeah, where are all the wardens at? No, there's one. We got another Titan coming. So we're gonna all grabs, and I'm actually gonna focus my efforts on taking down the warden. Yeah, we're actually okay. Yeah, that's fine. And step behind my Spire. Smite this guy a few more times. Yeah, he should be going down. That's a Titan skeleton. Okay. Well, apparently he lost to a storm dragon. Yeah, the ones are all coming after. You guys should have come earlier. You would have made this harder for me. But not really. As I explained at the start, if we had been locked in here, we would have just used some combination of slouch and or step from time to either kill the wardens or just hopefully disperse them. I shouldn't just auto-explore around because we're really slow, so as strong as we are, we could still get in pretty crappy situations here. The way that you should do vaults, once you've done the middle, like we have, is you want to explore the outsides. So rather than going into, just running into one of these areas, pick one of the corridors going up, down, left or right, head to the outside of the map, and then before you go into any of them, just clear the outside first. There's a gold dragon. They really hurt. Get a bit of an army with us. Yeah, and then once you've done all around the outside, around the outside, around the outside, you can then pick one of the sides to go into, or one of the quadrants, I guess you'd call it. And you don't want to head back into the middle if you can help it. Although it's less important for us because we actually cleared all of the middle. But if you use the strategy where you read a teleport and you come down into Vaults 5, that would be much more important, that you don't come into the middle and aggro, all that stuff. We have Control Undead. Yeah, so much easier. And now that he's on top of me, I can, if I hit Control to swing, it will prompt me, do I really want to attack it? Yep. But it means that I can just get him without him flaying me to death from half a screen away. Done most of the outside now. Alright, we've got another gold dragon coming. Okay, we didn't get corroded. That was lucky. I shouldn't be charging in. Alright. We only have 2 enchant armor scrolls, so there's pretty much no chance that this gold dragon armor is ever going to be better than our crystal plate armor this game. It's a +9 crystal plate armor. And it's not like we're lacking in resistances. We've got 2 fire, 2 cold, and natural up poison. So the gold dragon armor doesn't really give us anything. Unless we... Ooh, okay. We want to... I think the Ancient Lich didn't see me. He did. Silence is good against both these guys though. The Titan, so he can't do his lightning silliness, and then the Ancient Lich can't well do anything. And then, if need be, you can cancel out of it. I've got 5 of them, but we're fine. Oh dear, okay. Suddenly Demonologist and Titan. Same thing. Silence. The Titan stops doing his elect stuff. The Demonologist stops summoning demons. And you know what they say about a Demonologist with no demons? I don't know, I was trying to make like a Game of Thrones reference there, but I'm not sure how to actually word that. I was thinking about how a Carl who can't ride is no Carl. I don't know, I'm just going to stop now. We're doing Vaults 5. Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Or grabs Lightning Spire. Both good spells. Alright. Ooh, we got all these arrows flying in. There's something up there. Someone is... I feel like there's a bolt ninja attacking me. All my dudes and spires are just being sniped from out of vision. Got a shadow dragon coming. Yeah, he's immune to poison. Is he immune? Just resistant. In any case, you can't poison vape him. That's a lot of titans. Same deal. It's probably quite unnecessary to silence against just a lone titan on his own, but we learnt the spell. We may as well use it. It's been pretty good value this game. I don't know. Those of you who watch me a fair bit will know that I quite value and like the silence spell. I feel like that's fairly uncommon. Yeah, I don't see many other players, like experienced players that I've watched, ever really using silence very much. And occasionally you see people listing and rating spells and stuff, and I don't know. I feel like silence is pretty underrated by the crawl community. Yeah, quite often people don't even pick up the silence scrolls. So, I don't know. If you don't even rate the silence scrolls, I guess you're not going to rate the spell, but I rate both of them. I think they're both very good. I don't know. A lot of uniques and dangerous monsters like that, titans, liches, they're so much less dangerous when they can't cast things. More int. We have 36 int. That's pretty insane. It's probably below average if you're just some random deep elf, but for Naga it feels like a lot. Magic scroll shop. I don't think we really need any of these. The scroll of summoning's really good, but I'm just gonna mark it because I'd like to see what's in that bazaar before I spend my gold. Whereas these shops here, they're always gonna be here. You can come back. Yeah, those wardens really did me a favor by not coming out and just staying around. Enchant weapon, I don't think we need. No, we're plus 9 already. Enchant armor I can mark though. It's really... I can put one on my helmet. I guess at this point I may as well because we're heading into Zot now. So, like, why am I waiting for a better helmet? I may as well just get the AC. Yeah, I've convinced myself. Let's just do it. $55 AC. Respectable. Yeah, and at this point, I don't mind just auto-exploring around. But if I were more worried, I would be clearing one quadrant at a time manually. So I'd do one, and then I'd head back out to the outside, and then I'd walk around, and I'd head into the next, walk back around the outside, so on. But yeah, I think we're fine just to auto-explore around in here. Checking out all this gear in the middle. Oh, is that okay? I was about to say if there's a hat in here, I'm gonna, I don't know, throw a putter. That was a Happy Gilmore reference if you didn't catch that one. Here comes the putter throw. That wasn't really a putter. I don't know, maybe I fooled some of you. Still haven't found the rune yet. Not that it matters, but it's really annoying when you're in a speed run. You're just trying to get out of here. We have 2,400 bolts. What are we after? Amulet of Reflection would be really good. We have 21 shield, so having Reflection is pretty valuable. I think I would rate that over having the extra regen. Although we have Repel Missiles, I still think I'd rate it over the extra HP regen. Is that our floor then? Did I get the rune? No, I haven't. Where is it? It's in the tiny little bits I haven't explored. Failed in all grabs. Hey, there it is. It actually was. Almost in the last place I looked. What's going on here? What? What? This was meant to be cleared. I feel like we've just come down the stairs into Vaults 5. Here we go. We've got pack of orcs, pack of elves. We've got a warden. Yeah, I think we're fine just to all grabs and spy this stuff. None of these guys are too dangerous on their own. Cool. Just for funsies, we could have read another immolation scroll there, but we've only got one left. Who knows? It might come in handy. Like it did in Depths when I came down to that ambush vault. You can have similar vaults in Zot. Okay, there is a bazaar. Now that I have 2,800 gold, I found that much gold in here. That's crazy. Okay, let's go find the bazaar. How bizarre. How bizarre. Do 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 do. Nope. There's just no Aralek anywhere, I think. On a large shield or Storm Dragon scales. The Ledger Tangle Order. Nice. It's an interesting item. It's one of the few remaining sources of R mutation in the game. There's a buckler with 3 points of RF. That'd be pretty sweet. Let's grab this potion of agility. You never know. Again, might agi. We have so many, but it doesn't hurt. Get the invis. Do we have lots of ambrosia? We have 5. That's plenty. No helmets. Only a helmet, a +0 helmet. Okay, so this bazaar was very uneventful. I know there's I want to get the reflection amulet that's in here. I rate that over the regen when you have 21 shield like this. Yep. Why am I carrying bucklers? I have nothing to learn. No. And no digging, right? Digging. Oh, there is a wand of digging. I can buy it. I never noticed it. Okay, yep. Let's slam the wand of digging. It's got 8 charges on it. Okay, that should be fine. We have no other recharging anyway. Yeah, okay. Reflection. Where is it? There. I have such trouble with shopping lists like that, finding one particular item. I don't know why. And then there's something else. Scroll summoning. There, again, I did. It's even marked, but I just can't see it. I have 5 scrolls of magic mapping, which is 1 for each slot floor, so I don't really need to worry about the magic mapping in this shop, because there's nowhere else for us to go. I mean, if we really wanted to, we could go into Crypt, but there's just really no point to it. Alright, so I guess we're heading into Zot. Okay, here we go. Well, it's been 40 minutes. We're not going to start our Zot trip now. We'll do it in the next one. So, join me in the next one. We'll see if we can actually pull a win out of this Naga of Che. Bye.